think that we all know where you will be in Pasadena playing for a national championship.
Jeff Fischel here in Southern California for ACC Digital Network's coverage of the BCS National title, Florida State taking on Auburn. I am with managing editor of Campus Insiders, Pete Fiutak. Pete, everyone's breaking this game down a million different ways. I've seen Florida State now play 13 times. It is nitpicking to find any weaknesses with this team. The
only weakness that anybody's talking about is that they haven't played well in the fourth quarter because they haven't had to. You know, and they say, well, what are they going to do if this gets into a tight game? Well, they might not get there. There's a reason why they haven't played late games tight, because they've just been really that good. Auburn's not as good, so they've had to play these tight games late. So you're absolutely right. There's nothing that you can look at this Florida State team and say there's a problem here.
The closest game for Florida State this season, a 2-touchdown win over BC. You talked about Auburn, 5-0 in these close games this year. Let's not discount what it took for this team to get here.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you talk to them, they believe what's Florida State going against? God. You know, and they're saying, Trey Mason say, God has blessed us with these sorts of things. They believe that they are a team of destiny. They are here because for whatever reason, they're getting those right breaks at the right time, and they're making their own right breaks. Now, but the difference is Auburn believes they can win this game. Florida State's acting like they've got it. They acting like they know they can win this game.
Auburn's gotten here despite the fact its defense has been, I guess, to put it nicely, porous,
bad.
Right?
They've been bad. They're bad. They're a bad defense. They just are. Their secondary can't cover anybody. Their defensive line is very strong. They rotate 10 players. They keep everyone fresh, and that's going to be the key to this for Auburn. They got to get to Jameis Winston early. The thing about Jameis this year, I'm sure you saw in those games, is he just doesn't get hit that much. And even when you do hit him, he's so big, he just kind of flicks them off and goes on and makes big plays. So the key is pressure Jameis. Pressure. Fluster him a little bit. Then we'll see how this goes, because the rest of the team's amazing, but we really don't know. He's still a freshman. What's going to happen when he finally has to deal with some on-field adversity?
Okay, so that's the game plan for Auburn.
Yes.
Realistically, can they get to him enough?
I think so. They're very, very quick up front. They're going to, again, keep rotating guys. They're going to keep everybody fresh. I think they're going to have to do something a little bit different. I'm asking both coaching staffs, okay, what wrinkles are you putting? Not like they're going to tell me exactly what they're going to do, but they're both coaching staffs like, we're just going to do what we're going to do. But Auburn's going to have to come up with something funky because you got to hit Jameis early and often.
But it's not like we've ever seen him flustered, though.
No, exactly. He's been fine. And in worst case scenario, he just hands the ball off to Devontae Freeman, lets this offensive line do the work. So at the end of the day, I think the offensive lines are going to be the key to this thing. I think if you're Florida State, you've got the Heisman winner behind you, but you take the ball out of his hands early, get physical with Auburn, slug him in the mouth a little bit, soften things up, and then you go up top against that bad secondary.
All right, so give me your prediction for the game.
All along I've said you can X&O this thing to death. You don't go against destiny, and you don't go against an SEC, which keeps winning these national championships. I've made this mistake in the past. I vowed I will never, ever, ever pick against the SEC in a BCS championship. Florida State's going to win this thing.
And yet here you are, picking Florida State.
Everyone is. You can't be around this Florida State team and not think. You see these guys, they have like negative body fat. They all look the type. These are the perfect specimen football players, and they are confident. They think they got this.
All right, Pete Fiutak, managing editor for Campus Insiders. I'm Jeff Fischel. Remember, keep track of all the ACC Digital Network's coverage right here. We're brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.